Happy Book Talk Tuesday. Today I want to talk to you about 3 books that I have read this school year that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to share them with you. The first one is Song for a Whale. I had a student tell me about this last year, and so I couldn't wait to read it. So in this book, Iris is the main character, and Iris is deaf. She was born deaf, and she goes to a school that is not a deaf school, so she's the only deaf person there. Her friends are not. No one's really good at sign language, and so she has a very hard time communicating with people. Her mom doesn't want her to go to a deaf school. She wants her to be just with other kids that just she would meet normally. Iris really wants to go to a deaf school, but she just feels very misunderstood. And in the story, she ends up doing some research on a blue whale, Blue 55, that is perpetually lost. It doesn't follow any other whale song. It just seems to not really be able to communicate with the other whales. And Iris is a tech genius. And so she decides she is going to create a song for the whale to follow. So she works very, very hard on this. And the problem is she wants to try it out on the whale, but getting to that point is going to be a little challenging because the whale is not anywhere close to her. So it is a great book about just understanding our differences and maybe putting yourself in someone else's shoes. If you are not deaf and you don't know anyone who's deaf, that's a good story for you to read to just kind of understand it a little bit better. This book, you guys, Focused. Oh my gosh, this person could be me. So Clee she just has a very hard time focusing in school. It has gotten to the point where it's affecting her grades. It's affecting her friendships. It's affecting her chess, which she loves. She just is so easily distracted. She can't complete her assignments or her homework because there are just too many things that pop into her mind and that she would rather do instead. I am totally like this. So her parents see that this is really a problem. The teachers see this as a problem, and they are trying to help her. So she does end up taking medication to help with the situation, but it really was an eye-opener for me because a lot of the things that she is doing and how it's affecting other people reminds me of myself. And it was great. I really enjoyed that. Very, very helpful for me. Very helpful. This book I just finished, Itch. So Itch is actually what they call one of the kids at school because Itch, has this, he'll just start itching. His body just swells up and he starts itching and nothing really seems to trigger it. It's just something that happens. He has medication, but he has to take it fast enough or remember to take it. And people just call him Itch. He has a best friend, Sydney, who has food allergies, like life-threatening food allergies. And then he has another friend, Noah, who's kind of pulling away from him a little bit. They're not as close as they used to be. And then there's a new kid that has come into town, and he seems like a really nice kid. He's been homeschooled, so he doesn't know all the ins and outs of just being in school yet. And they're probably in junior high. Plus, a tornado has come through town. All kinds of things have happened. So in the story, there was a big lunch swap where kids were trading lunches and trading, I'll trade you my sandwich for whatever. And his best friend, Sydney, is highly allergic to things, and she has to know what's in every single thing she eats. But she doesn't check, and Itch knows she's allergic to things. He knows she needs to check, but he doesn't think about it, and Sydney collapses, and they have to call an ambulance, and she was in the hospital, and it was very, very dangerous there for a while. It's a good story for us because a lot of kids get upset when teachers say, don't share your food. When your parents say, don't share your food. Don't eat somebody else's food. We don't know what's in that food. It is life-threatening, y'all. People can die from eating things that they are allergic to. I cannot eat tree nuts. I could die by eating tree nuts. So I am very aware of when there are nuts in things and when somebody gives me something to eat. And then there's a whole other storyline going on where Itch's friend Noah wants him to steal something. He wants him to take something that doesn't belong to Itch. And Itch is very conflicted as to if he should do it to save his friendship or if he shouldn't do it because it doesn't feel right. Great, great stories about putting yourself in somebody else's shoes and what would you do in that situation. Kind of prepares us for when that situation does arise. They're great. So I highly recommend them. I hope you guys will pick up one of them. And if not, just go read lots of other books too. Have a great day.